Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. There is plenty to talk about this week. So right off the bat, there's plenty of lightning round in movie and TV news. What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD, is back. And then we do have one thing in trailers. So we'll get right into checked out this week. I started watching Giri and Haji, which is a Netflix show.
Johnny Bravo? I mean, Johnny Quest?
Not that. No.
There was no Giri in that movie?
No. That's racist.
There was a nigga named Haji in that game. Yeah,
he was mad
cartoon.
Indian. Yeah, there's no Indian people in this. So this is, after watching Parasite, I was like, all right, I was kind of like on a foreign film sort of, or foreign series kick. So I saw this one and I thought the trailer looked pretty good. So it is a show that takes place in Japan and in London, right? So half the show is in Japanese, half the show is in English. But the majority of it takes place in London. So the idea is there's a Japanese cop who gets a call about a Yakuza who's killed in London. And it sparks off like this Yakuza war in Tokyo. So he's sent over to London to investigate it. But he's sent there under the guise of like just going to like a cop exchange kind of like thing. They send like a London cop over to Japan. And so he's just like there in innocent means, but he's really trying to solve this case because his brother, who he thought was dead, is who they think did it. And so like he's sent over there, but he's sent by like his police chief, like, okay, I need you to do this. But also like one of the Yakuza bosses, who's like a big time person, is like, yeah, you need to go check this shit out. Like, so they're kind of pressuring him and his boss to do it. And so you're kind of getting flashbacks as to there's a certain thing that happens in the past that kind of triggered all of this. And it's really interesting because this guy is like a real straight-laced Japanese cop in London. And it's like, he's in sort of the London underground, like looking around, which has a lot of Japanese folks in it. And like, there's like culture clashes and stuff like that. It is very good. I have to say, it's pretty interesting. I feel like you would probably dig this.
So
yeah,
like
as soon as you said, right. As soon as you said Japanese and London television series, I immediately added it to my queue because, that is something that I would be interested in. Something that
you have to read. I don't know if you know.
I mean, that's all I used to do in the 2000s is just watch a bunch of Japanese and Korean movies and shit. Because, I wanted to be Asian for some reason.
Yeah, like a lot of Negroes in the early 2000s. and now.
Well, yeah, and a lot of them now. Like, I was doing it before it was cool, guys.
This was in the 2000s, you said?
Yeah,
early 2000s?
when I was in college.
Yeah, that was the decade of a dry spell, I assume, right?
I didn't lose my virginity until I was 20. So, but it was with like a dumb girl because I was like, yo, all right, I got to get this done. I can't be a grown up and be a virgin. So,
trying to Naruto run your way to touching girls. Come on. But this is very good. I'm enjoying it. Each episode's about an hour, and it's 8 episodes.
So I forgot to watch something, but I did see the trailer because I see friend of the show Tiara talking about it a lot.
Okay.
And so my wife and I were sitting in the car waiting for food to be brought out to us, and I said, "Oh, let me check this out," because I was scrolling through Facebook. I see Tiara post something messy. And I'm like, let me see what this is, right? So I go on Netflix and I look up Love is Blind.
All right, I need to hear about this because everybody is talking about this.
Like, I feel like I probably wouldn't want it.
I think you wouldn't want to watch it, but it's messy enough that me and my wife can get a kick out of it. So it's very similar to a show called Love at First Sight or Marriage at First Sight or something like that. And in that show, these people who never see each other get married. And
arranged marriages?
an arranged marriage. Yeah, an arranged marriage. And this show is very, very similar, but with the other show, they have zero contact, right? With this show, you're put in a pod, and the other person's put in a different pod, and then you can't see each other, but you can talk to one another. So you can try to form a connection that's based on something other than physical. And then you eventually agree to get engaged to this person for some strange reason, because
like
marriage doesn't mean shit anymore.
That feels like a real mistake.
And then, the people meet and then they see how things are progressing. It disguises itself as like a social experiment show.
Oh, like The Circle.
Right. It's obviously not. Everyone is obviously an actor of some sort, or they're told to be a type of way, as in all reality television. Mm-hmm. But I'm willing to suspend disbelief if I see a bunch of people act foolish and I can mock them.
Okay, so that's fair.
I will have a report next week. Tiara, don't fail me.
I asked her specifically, I wrote to her, I said, is this show good? And she was like, her response was, it's hilarious. And I was like, that's not what I asked you.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not going to be good, yo.
Oh, I know it's going to be super messy.
What was that?
But sometimes you need that.
What was that Netflix show?
The dating show?
Yeah. What was the name of that
I
show?
can't remember. That's coming back. That's season 2.
Oh, yeah. I'll watch that again, too.
Because that was actually good.
Yeah. And there was this one, I'll never forget it, this one guy.
The white dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that doesn't really narrow it down.
No, but it does.
It kind of does.
Oh, which one?
He was the racist guy.
Yeah, he was the prick.
Yeah, he treated that Indian woman like shit.
Yeah, with the brown woman. And he was like he was quintessential white guy. Right? Like, I mean, you know what your problem is. Like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because he was shitting on the fact that she was in an arranged marriage. Right. She was like, yo, this is my culture, man. And he was like, your culture's trash.
Right.
I've been like, you don't even have a culture. Shut up. That show was really good, and also Dating Around. Yeah. And that season 2 really good, just got announced recently. They don't have a new season, but that was a really well done show. I thought it was really great.
Yeah, they put a lot of fucking time into that show, like the way it was shot and everything. Like,
it was beautiful.
It was a fucking movie, nigga. It was a great show. Yeah.
You have any checked out this week?
Like half of Jojo Rabbit.
Okay, so we'll come back to it.
That's about it. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I've been trying to get through that show, but I do. By the way, I think you should check it out. You too. I think that Japanese show you probably dig. Because it's got fucking Yakuza in it. Who doesn't want to see a guy get murdered with a little sword?
Yeah. Just accents all over the place.
Yeah,
and all about it.
What's the guy? Is it Jeffrey Long who was in those? Remember those Apple versus PC commercials?
Justin Long. Yeah, he has a bit part in this. And at first I was like, is he doing a British accent? Because that doesn't work for him at all. And I think he kind of is, but like within like 3 minutes they were just like, nah, use an Americanness over here. Like, just let that go.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know why you're here. Just somebody kill him. All right, Science and Tech this week. This is interesting. This is from futurism.com. There was a study about bullies. You guys will appreciate this. An international team of neuroscientists scanned the brains of lifelong bullies and found something grim. Bullies' brains appear to be physically smaller than other brains.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. As a person who was sometimes bullied as a kid, as you can maybe imagine, this feels good. Fuck you guys. Our findings support the idea that for a small portion of individuals with life course persistent antisocial behavior, there may be a difference in their brain structure that make it difficult for them to develop social skills that prevent them from engaging in antisocial behavior. The study published in the prestigious journal The Lancet The team used an MRI machine to examine the brains of 652 participants. The study found that brains of people with lifelong patterns of, quote, stealing, aggression, and violence, bullying, lying, or repeated failure to take care of work or school responsibilities were different physically from those of other participants. These bullies' cerebral cortex was substantially thinner, and their entire brain had less surface area than a non-bully brain scanned by scientists. Basically, they have smaller brains, like real smooth-brained individuals.
Stealing, aggression, and violence sound like three characteristics of us. Stealing, aggression, violence.
I mean, that doesn't feel incorrect, but I'm not a bully. I don't like bullies.
No, you have to have all of them.
Bully.
Yeah, collectively we are one bully.
Yeah, collectively we.
Voltron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just need bullying, lying, and a repeated failure to take care of
Lying,
work.
that's Deacon, obviously.
Yeah,
Bullying ain't good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bullying, that's Demetrius.
He's too big not to be.
Right, he's a bully. Get the fuck out of here. I'm a nerd like you. No, you a nerd bully, nigga.
Repeated failure to take care of work and school responsibilities. Well, that's clearly Andy. He's just a repeated failure. Right? Come on. That just makes sense. Yeah, no, that works. Yes. TNP collectively, we're a small brain bully. like a Beetlejuice with a body of a football player. Congratulations. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, so if you are being bullied, as one of the bullies is beating you senseless and taking your lunch money, you can be like, I read a scientific article that says that you have a smaller
fucking idiot.
And as he breaks your arm for the third time this semester, you'll be able to have that over him. Or her, because there are lady bullies as well. So, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Next up, Fukushima, 8 years after the really horrendous nuclear disaster, they're planning in that area to actually build a completely renewable energy sector of Japan. They want to be 100% renewable power by 2040, which is a pretty admirable thing to do. The only
years.
What's that? 20 years?
20, yeah.
I mean, in 20 years, there might be technology that allows it.
Yeah.
At present time, the government in that area is planning on spending $2.75 billion to construct 11 solar and 10 wind farms on abandoned farmland in the mountainous areas of the region. The project does put a small dent in the energy production once generated by the nuclear power plant. Estimated output from the planned solar and wind farms combined is about 600 megawatts, which is a far cry from the 4,700 megawatts that the nuclear power plant was putting out. So they're making progress, but they got 4,100 megawatts to go. So that seems like a lot, but I do think it's putting them, in the right direction. I think that's very cool. How do you guys feel about nuclear power? Do you think is it worth it? Because I'm not of a 100% mind on that.
Like when it works, it's great, right? But like, something bad happens, you get fucking Chernobyl.
Right. Like when it goes bad, it goes really bad.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
And it doesn't harm the environment when it works properly. Like it just doesn't.
You're creating a lot of nuclear waste, so that has to go somewhere.
I mean, how much nuclear?
Like a lot. Like, I mean, the fact that we don't. That's the problem is we don't have a way to dispose of nuclear waste, so it's like they just bury it, which is that gets into like the water table and shit. So that can fuck the environment up pretty soundly. What are your thoughts, Micah?
I mean, I don't want to live in Springfield. That's fair. Three-eyed fish walking around, because that's what they might do. Yeah, it's fine, but there are way too many. The juice isn't worth the squeeze for me.
Yeah, I lean that way. I lean that way.
It's a lot of power, but
like, is it
far more than like a regular?
Like a new coal power plant.
Coal power plant.
I mean, you know, all the people that I disagree with really want to use it. So I feel like
you're probably okay.
Yeah, I feel like we don't need to use it.
Right. I mean, there are countries like France that has like a number of nuclear power plants, and they've never had any major issues.
Oh, well, yeah, but you know, they're not us either.
Right, but they just need to have one.
Right.
Like Fukushima was real bad. Like it was really bad, and everyone's like, "It's fine." Like, no, things are not fine over there. Like it's still quite a disaster. So, yeah, I mean, I try not to sound like too much of a giant hippie about it, but I tend to lean in the juice is not worth the squeeze kind of situation.
Yeah,
I feel like if we spend, I don't know how much we spend on building nuclear power plants, or coal firing plants and things like that, but I feel like if we took that money and really threw a lot of that money into R&D, there's no reason we couldn't figure something out. Like we're a country with like a lot of smart people.
Yeah.
Or not even say a country, a world of really smart people. Like they've invented cars that run on electric. Like we can't figure this shit out. Like it's impossible. Like I find it hard to believe, but I just don't think the money is there for R&D. So they're just like, there's not enough investment in trying to come up with these things.
Yeah. And then you got to figure out how to monetize it properly, because that plays a factor in it, I feel like, right? No one's going to
get the nigga from Acrimony to come up with a perpetual battery.
Yeah, just get the nigga from Acrimony to come up with something that can't exist.
A perpetual energy box that's worth $50 billion million zillion dollars. And she still wasn't happy with getting $10 million that she killed this nigga on his fancy boat. Yo, fuck you, yo. You trash.
Gale force wind. It's a battery, yo. It's a battery.
Yeah, but it's going to change everything.
It's called Gale Force Wind, but it's a
That was a good movie.
It's a battery that never runs out.
That's what somebody told me. They said it was a good movie. Yeah, they said it was a good movie.
Who was that someone?
Somebody was trashing us on YouTube.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they were like, yo, this movie is good as fuck. I don't know who they were talking about. They were like, the person in the green shirt. I believe I was wearing a green shirt on that episode. They were like, this person's a hater. And I'm like, that seems about right. You're a hater. Because I don't like something that you like. Eat shit. Stupid. Lightning round this week. Make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. Use that link before you do any shopping, or when you do shopping. We get a little bit of a kickback. You don't pay anything extra, and it does, in fact, help out the show. All right, Micah, take it away.
Mulan may not be for very young children, as it has become the first Disney live-action remake to receive a PG-13 rating. The new take on the Disney classic got the rating from the Motion Picture Association of America due to sequences of violence apparently depicted in the film. I call bullshit, and here's why. I am slowly, ever so slowly, going through Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I'm going to finish it because I said I was. I'm going to finish it, and it is getting. Some episodes are really good, and some episodes, just like any other serialized cartoon show, are just filler. Yeah. It's just stupid, right? But in that show, they are decapitating clones who are, human beings.
Yeah, but you can't see their faces, right?
No, you can see their faces. You can't see their decapitated head, but you can see,
You can see them cut their heads off?
You can see You can see the body fall and the head fall.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Like they are stabbing people through the chest with lightsabers.
Is that cartoon like PG-13?
I don't know.
But it's not stopping kids from watching it.
Right.
Yeah.
So get out of here. This will be fine.
Yeah, this makes me want to see it more, not less. I don't know. Fuck
this is the
kids.
only one. This is the only one that I think might be good.
Yeah,
I'm interested in seeing. I won't say might be good because people like the other ones. This is the only one that I'm actually kind of interested in.
That's right.
And I wasn't a huge fan of Mulan. I think I had kind of aged. Me and my sister kind of aged out of the Disney vault around Mulan.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it.
It's fine.
Chun-Li is in it. She's
Chun-Li.
Yeah.
Ming-Na Wen?
Yeah, Ming-Na Wen is in it. And she's Mulan. So,
yeah, look, the PG-13 rating, that's fine. Look, yeah, because PG-13 is really, it stopped a lot of kids from seeing those Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one has seen those. Yeah, parents are going to be like, okay.
It's PG-13.
It's not rated R.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And violence is fine. It's just when they start showing titties and shit. People just flip out.
Yeah. The Joker stabbed a nigga in the eye with a pencil in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's right. He did, didn't he?
But if Rachel Dawes showed a boob, then it would be R.
Yeah. It's gone. That's a great trick. Horrifying, but it was a great trick. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Again, it makes me want to see the movie more, not less.
Next up, John Krasinski really wants to play Mr. Fantastic. And for some time now, the internet has been championing actor John Krasinski to play that stuck-up asshole Reed Richards when the Fantastic Four inevitably makes their way to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the past, John Krasinski, who famously lost out on the role of Captain America to Chris Evans, has appeared open to the idea, and it seems he still is. When asked about the possibility, Krasinski confirmed yes, he still wants to play Mr. Fantastic for Marvel, saying, "You're like, do you have any interest in not shattering people's dreams? I would love to be in the Marvel Universe. I love those movies because they're fun, but I also think they're really well done. And certainly a lot of my friends are in those movies. I have no idea what Marvel are thinking, but if they are considering me for Mr. Fantastic, continue to consider me because I would love it." The question is, you want to see John Krasinski play Mr. Fantastic? And do you want to see his wife play Sue Storm?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Emily Blunt?
Yeah.
Is that her wife? That's his wife?
Yep.
Yes and no. I would not mind John Krasinski playing Mr. Fantastic. My only issue is that I want Mr. Fantastic to be characterized a certain way, which I don't think they'll do. Because he's a
prick
hero. Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. Dude.
Yeah, but he could be a prick asshole.
No,
like a prick hero.
He can. I don't think they'll do it. They've already got two. They already got right.
Iron Man.
Right.
They're essentially the same fucking person.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that's a fair point.
They might try something different, but I want. How old is John Krasinski? My thing is acting weird.
He's got to be in his 30s. Yeah.
In his 30s? Okay, this is what I want from Mr. Fantastic. This is what I want for the Fantastic.
No, John Krasinski is 40 years old.
40 years old?
Jesus Christ, he is tall. He's 6'3".
Okay, this is what I want. If 40-year-old Mr. Fantastic, Sue, you got to be like no more than 30, right? Because I want their relationship to be somewhat inappropriate. If they're, like if you go back in age, you're
Emily
like,
Blunt is 36.
You're like, whoa, what is this 20-year-old doing with this 10-year-old? That's weird. Like, I want that kind of weird relationship. Like
What's wrong with you?
Like a weird.
That's fucking weird.
Right, because Mr. Fantastic is the type of guy, he's a nerd, right? He never got the girl as a youth. So when he gets older, he still has a little bit of that insecurity, right? And he wants to get the hot chick that he never got.
I mean,
like he was a teacher and he's dating his TA.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
That's the type of relationship.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should.
Right?
I don't think you should explain it the way you did explain it. That was wildly.
But it's inappropriate.
10-year-old.
It's inappropriate.
Wildly.
Well, plus I think Mr. Fantastic's a bit of a pedophile.
You just hate him because you like Dr. Doom. You gonna throw that fucking charge on that man for no goddamn reason. All he wanted to do was read some books. You're like, no, fuck this dude forever.
Fuck that guy. He's a prick, man. And
he is.
And I want that relationship to be kind of like, ugh, because he needs to, because that helps the Invisible Woman, right? She starts off as the Invisible Girl and realizes, wait a minute, like I'm the Invisible Woman. I am a woman. I am your equal. Reed still has that mentality of, hey, I'm your your boss or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's part of her growth, right? That's part of the reason why this smooth Asian guy in a Speedo with big ass ears comes up and is like, hey, you ain't invisible. Hey, I see you.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how that like love triangle starts, right? And there's your adult drama, right? And then you get the kids, right? Ben Grimm, he should be about 40, right?
I feel like he should be maybe a little bit older. If you're saying Krasinski's at 40, let's say this movie comes out, he's actually, by the time this movie comes out, he might be 45 years old.
Even better.
Yeah, I think that actually kind of works.
Even better.
So make Ben like 50.
Make Ben 50, right?
Because it doesn't matter. It's all CGI'd anyway.
Right. It's all CGI'd, and make Human Torch Spider-Man's age. Right?
Yeah, they need to be.
Yeah,
they need to be contemporaries.
They need to be best buds, and that's where the conflict is, right? Like a Dennis the Menace, Mr. Wilson type relationship
with
the Thing and the Human Torch.
Okay, I can see that. I always saw them. I guess I can see that analogy. I got that. Like,
I mean, it's kind of like
I think that's a little too far in age of an analogy, but I get your point. Like the prankster kind of kid versus the adult.
Like the two of them are foils for one another. Like Ben Grimm takes himself super seriously, but
Johnny takes nothing seriously.
Right? Exactly.
But at the same time, when push comes to shove, like.
And when push comes to shove, the whole family will come together, right? Like, this ain't hard, right? And
the fact that they've never nailed this as a movie is pretty ridiculous. Like, it is a sitcom family drama. They just have superpowers.
Right.
Like, and that's also why I don't like the idea of them all being young.
Yeah, no,
because I think the dynamic of them being older works much better. They should. I mean, look, for as much shit as anyone can give those first two Fantastic Four movies, I think they did a better job of understanding at least the core of what that team was than that
Corman movie.
Yeah, I think they did it. No, not the Corman movie. I'm saying the first two main.
The Tim Story movies.
The Tim Story movies. I think those do a far better job than that body horror.
I totally forgot that movie existed. That's why I was like, the Coleman movie? I totally forgot that movie existed.
Yeah, no, you should. You should probably forget that.
Fuck that movie.
Yeah, you were so mad.
Fuck that movie, man.
But I do like the idea of, people are like, oh, Zac Efron or something like that for Johnny Storm. No, he needs to be Spider-Man's age because they are best friends. Like, not best friends, but they're like really close friends. So they should be contemporaries.
Yeah.
Like, by the time this happens, Spider-Man will be in college.
Right.
So that's fine. Johnny just pick an actor roughly his age, and just make that happen.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
Make Reed a prick, yo. Make him a prick. Make him an asshole.
Look, if they played Mr. Fantastic not that different, I would argue, than his role as what's the Netflix show he's on? That John Krasinski's on.
The Amazon show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. Almost called him Jack Bauer.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say Jack Reacher, which is also coming to Amazon, but not the same guy. Yeah, if you kind of play, I mean, he's kind of a prick on that show a little bit too.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of is.
Because he don't listen to nobody.
Yeah.
I was like, don't do that. And he's like, I'm going to kill the president of this fucking foreign country right now. I'm like, don't do that. You can't just murder this guy on television.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they played it like that, but push it a little bit further, I think you get what you want.
Well, I hope so.
And then
I doubt it.
Let them go into the future and then just be like, fuck it. Here's the maker in like the third movie.
Yeah.
That would be fun, actually. That would be a cool idea. All right, next up.
Anybody remember that movie, The Hunt? Where conservatives are going to be hunted like the animals that they are?
Like as I wrote in the title of this, The Hunt will now be released after everyone forgot how offended they were. So everyone was so upset about it.
Yeah. They everyone was like, "Yo, you can't hunt us because because we're the ones who hunt because we got the guns and y'all don't because you're snowflake libtard cuck sandwiches or whatever. And
I think that was
about right.
Yeah, that was the direct quote.
And everybody, they got in their feelings. So they were like, all right, we're not going to release this. But, everybody knew they were. They're just going to wait till it blows over.
Right.
And
it's about 4 months, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
More than that.
You don't make something like that and not want the world to see it.
Yeah. It's coming out soon, actually, because it's what's the date? March 13th?
March 13th.
And it's already I saw tracking on it. It's tracking for like a $10 million opening weekend.
I hope this movie's good.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I wouldn't push too hard one direction or another on this one.
And the trailer, they leaned heavily into what it's about. Hopefully, what it's about.
Yeah,
they were like, "Who would come up with something like this? White people." Like, damn, yeah, like it's wild.
I mean, you would think that
libs.
An Indian person said that.
You would.
They don't give a fuck.
Pale faces came up with this.
Wow.
You would think,
as they always have,
that so they're hunting conservatives, right? Like blue blood Democrats are hunting conservatives, right?
Right. These are
the
rich
coastal
elites are engaging in what could only be described as a hard target situation.
Right. They're hunting the most dangerous game, Minnesotans.
Right.
And you would think that people who lean that way politically would, they would be like, they wouldn't want it banned. They would be like, yeah, see, I told you that's what they're like.
Right. Except for they missed the whole part where the conservatives are the heroes.
Right. Like,
they're so stupid. Right. Like, did you watch half the trailer and be like, that's enough. Like, yeah, the movie, that's like watching the trailer for The Purge and just thinking that the bad guys are just going to kill the good guys throughout the entire movie, and that's just how it ends.
Right.
Like, that's not how these movies end. I don't know if you know, American cinema is really kind of pussy, and they never do that. It's not a Korean movie. Whoa, what's up with Korean movies? Like, yeah, they're not going to do that. So, yeah, just relax. The conservatives are going to kick the shit out of the Democrats or whatever, these blue blood Democrats.
Right. So,
just fine. I don't take it as anything real. It's clearly fiction.
It's a movie, yo.
Yeah, it's clearly fiction because we all know that mass shootings happen. You know what? Never mind. Go ahead.
Wait, Jason Blum and Damon Lindelof produced this?
I don't think it's a Blumhouse film, is it?
Yeah, it's a Blumhouse film.
Damon Lindelof is well, yeah. ain't no twist in this.
Uh-oh. You know what? Might need to go see The Hunt.
I was about to say. Okay.
Yo, that would be a wild twist. At the end, they were just like, no, we just killed all the conservatives. Like, that's it. Like, isn't liberal America awesome? Like, wow.
And it ends in a utopian society.
Yay! We did it!
This is not one frame was changed.
They do nothing. Yo, they set that shit right on the shelf. They were like,
oh, so
yeah, we be right back.
All
right, well, when y'all gonna be over?
Probably helped the movie.
Fuck yes, it did. Of course. I bet they're now.
They're using it in the marketing, right? Yeah. Like they're like the most dangerous movie to not get released is releasing.
It's not, but that's great. That's great marketing.
Yeah, look, I'm for it. I'll see it eventually. I'm obviously not going to go to the theater to see it, but
Mr. Lindelof, who wrote the screenplay with Nick Hughes, said, "quote said that The Hunt has been inspired by Get Out, the blockbuster comedic mystery, social satire, and horror film."
It's not a comedy. Yeah.
A white person wrote this.
Wait, he didn't say it was a comedy, right?
No, the writer of this article.
Damon would never.
No,
he's like the hero of black people right now. Like,
yeah,
like, come on, yeah,
don't watch me.
Yeah, like, don't fuck it up, Damon. We like you, man. Yo, that would be a wild twist if he was just like, yeah, that's what happened. Done. Credits. Like, fuck. Actually, what would be really interesting is if at the end, because it's a Blumhouse picture, right? Yeah. What if they were just like, they just tied it into the fucking, this was a weekend that they tried this out and they were killing conservatives and they're like, huh, maybe we should start our own political party, and it is tied into the fucking Purge series. I would love that. That would be a super dope, sort of surprise.
A gory battle royale? Like, I'm looking at
this. Battle Royale was gory.
It's pretty fucking gory, right?
Yeah. It's with kids.
I'm looking at all the quotes from this thing on this poster, and they really make me want to see it. So
I'm sure it'll be available rather soon.
So there you go. Something else that is coming rather soon. Tom Holland reveals that Uncharted begins shooting in 4 weeks.
All right, video game dorks, you go ahead. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't. Tom Holland has really been chatting it up about the upcoming Uncharted film adaptation. Earlier this week, he declared that the latest draft of the script is one of the best he's ever read. And
I hate when actors say that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just such a bullshit line. Yeah. This is the greatest thing. Really,
right?
Uncharted was written better than Endgame. Was it?
Well, never forget that anyone who is an actor is a professional liar.
Exactly.
That is true.
That is the best way to describe
it. They come on podcasts and eat bowls of wet dog food and lie.
Bowls of wet dog food. That's funny. It's also accurate.
Like. He has now given insight as to when the film begins.
Someone said, did you order triple gravy?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh, shit. He said that the film begins shooting and which game in the popular video game series truly inspired the film. While promoting his upcoming Pixar release Onward, Holland spoke with IGN and revealed that Uncharted begins shooting in 4 weeks, which would mean production should set around mid-March. Quote, "We start shooting in like 4 weeks. Mark Wahlberg is going to be amazing as Sully." I forgot he was in it, yo. I really don't believe you. I really don't believe you.
Wahlberg is going to be Sully?
Yo, that doesn't make sense at all.
I mean, if he's going to be younger.
No, I'm not even worried about the age. I'm worried about the guy.
Yeah, it don't work.
Marcus Wahlberg.
It don't work.
That's Sully Sullenberger. What the fuck? Nah, yo.
That doesn't work at all.
It don't work.
It really doesn't. Did they play the games?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody played anything with this game. The stunt department that we have... The stunt department that we have out there in Berlin have done an amazing job already prepping the stunts. It's going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, when you start talking about the stunts before the movie,
that does not bode well, yo. That does not bode well.
The department is putting in work.
Oh, shit.
But what about the movie? I know the stunts are part of the movie, but story.
He revealed which video game has been the biggest inspiration. He said, "If I'm honest, one of my favorite video games ever is the fourth Uncharted game. Unbelievable. And lots of inspiration from that film has come from that game in particular." So
Uncharted 4 is one of his favorite. Well, he's only
he's like 12, so that's fine. He probably has never played the other ones, which is fine. Uncharted 3 actually has a flashback scene. Well, Uncharted 4 has a flashback scene also. And the young Nathan Drake in the flashback scene kind of looks like Tom Holland.
Yeah, I've seen the flashback scenes,
but all right. Yeah. Look, maybe this would be good.
Like 2007.
Yeah, you actually think this will be good?
Ago. No, I don't. But maybe it will be, and maybe this will be his Indiana Jones, a role that he can kind of grow into.
I think that's possible.
But
who's writing this? Any idea?
I don't know. And I don't care enough to look it up. Because as much as I am not rooting for this to fail, I don't think it will do well.
I mean, we got Sonic the Hedgehog to look at as far as boy,
you talk about dumb luck.
I don't think that was dumb luck, dude.
I do, man. I don't think so. If that movie came out when it was supposed to come out, let's say that they got Sonic right the first time, right? Mm-hmm. The way he looks.
When was it supposed to come out?
It was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah, it was. But how long? Was it 7 months ago?
Something like that. It was supposed to come out in a crowded arena.
Yeah.
And it came out when apparently everybody hated or didn't give enough of a fuck to see Birds of Prey, and there was nothing else out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think timing had a lot to do with that.
I think timing does have something
and
to do with it.
And that's where my dumb luck thing comes from.
I also think it was probably pretty good.
It might be.
It made $128 million. That's not bad. For a movie with an $85 million budget, that's not bad.
They spent $5 million to fix him. Once that first trailer came out, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is that?" They gave them an extra $5 million to redo the.
I mean, it was for the best.
Yeah,
but what it shows, by the way, is the core of that movie was good though. Like they just didn't get the design right. Because it's not like they reshot the whole movie or whatever. They just went in and changed his look. What's interesting is
November 8th, 2019 is when the movie was originally supposed to come out.
Yeah, but
so that was a really early trailer then. Yeah. Because they probably weren't finished at all. They probably weren't finished rendering him. So they were like, "Oh, niggas don't like this. Delete."
Yeah,
and just thought,
it probably wasn't. Yeah, it probably wasn't that much work to actually change him.
Right.
Like, no problem, guys. It was
funny because they said that they got like one guy to consult with who worked on like previous Sonic shit. They brought him in and he was like, "We need your help." And he was like, "Look,
this looks like garbage.
This, I don't know what the fuck this is. This is what Sonic looks like. Do this." And then they fixed it. And the movie made $100 million. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sonic
Birds of Prey had...
The story sounds terrible.
It's a kid's movie.
I've heard.
Yeah, it's a kid's movie.
But
yeah.
Kids like a bunch of bullshit.
The fastest being on Earth has to take a
pickup truck.
Yo, I can't just run that. No, get in.
It's like, have you heard what the story is?
I have, yeah.
It's okay. Sure.
No, go ahead. Tell people for those who don't know.
Basically, the story is he's from a different dimension.
Yeah.
Right. And he's lived on Earth for like 9 years by himself. He's fucking lonely. He's running around a baseball field. Power outage happens, and like the government's after him. He loses his rings or something, and he loses them on top of a building in San Francisco.
Okay, I didn't hear this part.
Yeah, and that he's got to get them back from a building on the top of a building from San Francisco, which he could easily run to and get back. But
a road trip.
Like, nigga, what?
Movies that came out in November 2019: Terminator, Dark Fate.
They would have beat that. I mean, it's just two very different.
Ford versus Ferrari.
It would have beat that.
Yeah,
because no one saw it.
Frozen 2.
No. That's a mistake.
So it would have had 2 weeks, and then Frozen would have came out, and then everyone would have forgotten about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, you're right. Timing is a big part of it.
Or the anomaly that it was.
Knives Out came out in November.
Yeah, a lot of people really flocked to that too. So.
Like it could have worked either way.
It might have. It might have had 2 solid
all those movies, but like the fact that this was an actually solid video game movie, people would have been like, "Yo, this is actually a really good video game movie." Because I was like, all of the people that I watch on YouTube, I watch a lot of video game review YouTubers. They were like, "This was better than it had any right to be."
See, but I don't know if I can trust video game people.
But
no, they're the worst.
But they're like, this is garbage. Yeah. Like, we love video games. Like, the majority of 95% of video game movies are horrible.
Right. But, just because a movie might be coherent doesn't make it good. You know what I mean?
It doesn't make it good, but at the same time, like, it's a video game movie.
Yeah,
like,
again, look.
There have been 2. That were really good. No.
One that's good to me.
No, Mortal Kombat is
nope, and that ain't
good.
it.
No, Street Fighter.
Which one? And that ain't it. Silent Hill. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Silent Hill is the only video game movie that I think.
I don't know
good.
why that movie doesn't get more credit. I don't understand it.
I think people are too scared of it.
Fucking solid.
I think people are way too scared of it.
They're like it nailed the atmosphere. I'll tell you that much.
Buddy.
That shit is wild. So 2. So we got 2 now. Sonic and Silent Hill.
Jesus.
Those sequels.
And now we'll get Uncharted.
I'm telling you, man, the move. No, and you had the Pokemon.
Tomb Raider was decent.
Does Pokemon count?
Pokemon
Detective
Pikachu was actually pretty good.
I heard
no, but I'm saying, does that count as a video game movie?
I mean, it's a video game character.
I mean, look,
because it's more. I feel like
guess.
it's more of an anime to real life movie than it is.
No, it was a game. It was a game first.
Oh, it was a specific game. Okay.
Yeah, it was a game first. So,
I mean, yeah, you can put Pikachu.
You can put Pikachu in there. I ain't got no problem.
I asked Carrie. She did the review for Sonic. I was like, you're not trying to get the Smash Brothers universe? Like it's all coming together.
I don't want Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I don't know what that movie would be. They're just running into each other for 30 minutes.
Isn't that what happened at the end of the movie? Spoiler alert.
No, that's not what happened.
They didn't open a dimension to like the Smash Brothers universe. No. I swear I read that somewhere.
No, that's. Do you want me to tell you? I mean, it's a spoiler for the kid.
Who the fuck cares, yo? Like,
no. Sonic's dimension opens up and you see Tails.
Oh, and you see Tails?
He's like, oh shit, I gotta find Sonic, and then he fucking flies off.
Oh,
and
you know what
according to, is it like Miles Tailsman or something?
Miles Prowler.
Yes.
Yo, puns are stupid, yo. Puns are stupid.
Miles
Prower. Get it? Miles Prower.
Yeah, thank you.
Get it?
Yeah, thank you.
Get it?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Because it's fast.
But he's not. He's not.
Right, he's not.
Fly. Miles per hour. Very slow, yes. But according to Carrie, she was like, he looked really good. Like he looked like just as good as Sonic looks.
Mm. So
but then I want that nigga to be in this movie who is Knuckles. Knuckles is a nigga.
Yeah, he really is.
Knuckles is a nigga.
He a big nigga with dreads.
Yeah, yo, what's your power? I run really fast. What's your power? I fly. What's yours? I punch shit. He's a nigga,
and I'm slightly fast.
Yeah.
Why is he fast? Are echidnas fast?
No, because he's a nigga. Because he's a nigga, and niggas are fast.
That's it. He's a nigga character. Yo.
Hedgehogs are not fast.
What's the black?
Shadow.
That's a racist.
Yeah, that kind of is racist.
Yeah. He's
you know how he's black? You know why you know he's black? Because he don't run. He skate. That nigga skate.
I hate video games. I hate all genres of media. They're mad racist. All
start running, and then all of a sudden, fucking Roll Bounce comes on, and it starts.
If he ever goes backwards, Joe, he's a piece of shit.
That universe is stupid.
Yeah, because then there's all these like huge cat bird things. I'm like, all right. I just keep it 2D like that. Once it left 2D, I was confused. I don't know all these other characters. But all I know is Knuckles is a nigga. He is. Sorry.
Uncharted, everyone.
There you go. our wild Uncharted conversation. All right, movie and TV news this week. Dexter Fletcher is rebooting The Saint. Have you guys ever seen The Saint with Val Kilmer?
No. Yes, but I don't remember much of it.
You've never seen it. God, you were... You're the worst. So The Saint is starring Val Kilmer as a spy of some sort. And he's like, his whole thing is like, he's a master of disguise. Like, it's like a pretty good action movie, but it's also pretty funny. So yeah, I'm cool with this because I always thought that series, he should have gotten a lot more. He should have gotten a lot more out of that series. Dexter Fletcher directed Eddie the Eagle and Rocket Man recently, which I heard was like pretty good. And he's also directing Sherlock Holmes 3. What's the name is not coming back. Guy Ritchie is not coming back for that, which is fine because Guy Ritchie is now back doing his English gangster movies, and that movie is really, really good. So, and I look, the Sherlock Holmes movies, I don't think are the best Sherlock Holmes. They're like Sherlock Holmes for an MMA crowd. It's kind of how I describe them. But like, I'm not that bright. So the mysteries, I'm like, ooh, I didn't think of that. Like, you got me. So it's enough for my dumb American brain. Where I find Sherlock, the television show, I'm like, yo, this show is making me feel mad stupid. But I enjoy it too. So yeah, I'm fine with that. But I do hear Rocket Man is really good.
Yeah, because the Guy Ritchie Sherlock movies, like, eventually at the end of Sherlock Holmes stories, somebody explains it. Usually Sherlock to Watson, because Watson is the POV character, right? And he's stupid like the rest of us. But with the Guy Ritchie movies, like, they're for dumb people, like you said. So they even explain it in like slow motion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They're like,
oh, if I fight him, I can do this slowly and then that and then this. And I'm like, all right, yo, like just
we're
get to it.
Yeah, like we get it. We're dumb. We're just real dumb Americans. Thank you. But I like those movies. I do enjoy them.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Like I think they're perfectly harmless, modern, sort of modern takes on Sherlock movies.
It's the perfect TBS movie.
It is. It is. Like if you got up and you're like, oh, I missed 20 minutes of it, you're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
They'll explain it all in slow motion in a minute anyway. It's fine. So yeah, apparently he's going to come on and direct the third one. Next up, and by the way, I think The Saint could actually be a pretty good series of movies if done right. You need a lead who can do comedy and action like pretty well. Like I feel like that would be probably something like Chris Pratt could do probably pretty well, or someone like that. Like, I feel like that would probably work for them. Next up, Doc Savage movie is not happening. Instead, it's being changed into a television series, and it's also not going to be starring The Rock. It will be starring someone else. Previously, Shane Black was set to direct the Doc Savage movie, but now it's going to be a television show. I don't think there's any word whether or not Shane Black is going to do it because he doesn't really do television like that. If you don't know, Doc Savage is sort of from like pulp comics, like back in the like 40s, maybe.
That's what these pictures look like.
Yeah, he was called the Man of Bronze, engaging in a multitude of daring do's, including run-ins with ferocious dinosaurs, shadowy cults, villains bent on world domination, and much more. Sort of like a Nathan Drake turned up to 11, minus the dinosaurs, of course. So Uncharted then?
Yeah, okay.
with an adult.
Swole Uncharted,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, I don't know who this appeals to, but maybe it could super work if you had the right actor.
I think who this appeals to is probably dead.
Yeah, I mean, at the core of that audience, yeah, because people don't read Doc Savage books, but I think you could jazz it up for a new. I
guess this nigga just gonna be walking around with a tattered shirt all day.
I mean, I would assume so.
That's what all of these covers look like.
Yeah.
All right,
We'll see. Next up,
call it Doc Savage. Like no one knows what the fuck this is.
no.
Right?
I mean, I would argue very few,
Right.
regular TV goers. But at the same time, people just watch anything that just shows up on their fucking boob tube. Like, oh, this is on Netflix, show? All right, I'll watch it. And it might be good.
yeah, it might be.
Might be. But I have no sense of what it's going to really look like.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Anthony to comment and be like,
I've been reading these pulp comics for 30 years.
I've been reading these comments since the 30s. Yeah. You guys are fake.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right. Yeah, he's a big Doc Savage fan. He's a bigger Doc Savage fan than I am a Swamp Thing fan, if you can even believe that.
I mean, that is very hard to believe, but I will take your word for it.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know, but I often, when these guys come to my house, I'm often wearing my authentic Swamp Thing costume.
It's really fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, nigga.
Yo, Swamp Thing was mad
record.
short. Like, what are you doing? And it's like, no, come on, knock it off. Next up, Disney's Planet of the Apes movie will not be a reboot after reports of that. It turns out it would actually be a continuation. The movie's director, Wes Ball, says, quote, it's never been easier for film journalists to actually get in touch with actual people who actually know, but maybe it's the point to not fact check these days. Regardless, don't worry. I won't ruin the surprise, but it's safe to say Caesar's legacy will continue. So, yes, he is telling you, hey, dum-dums, you could have just checked with me. I'm right on fucking Twitter. Yeah, so they're not actually rebooting the Planet of the Apes series, which is good, because I was actually kind of bummed by that, bummed to hear that. Because why do we need to start over?
It doesn't make sense to reboot that.
Like, it was really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just going to continue the story with Caesar's son, Cornelius. Because, spoiler alert, for like a 3 or 4 year old movie at this point, Caesar dies at the last one, which was an excellent movie. That third movie was excellent. It straight up dealt with slavery. That shit was heavy as fuck. Those last two movies are way better than they ever had any right to be. Like, the first one I thought was okay. I was like, because I don't need James Franco in, like, most things.
James Franco is not a scientist, guys. I don't care how many degrees he has. He's not a scientist.
No, it's not believable to me. But those
What's more believable, James Franco as a scientist or Mark Wahlberg as a teacher?
Huh? What?
Or Denise Richards as a scientist.
Yeah, Christmas Jones. They named her that. They named her that to do a fucking orgasm joke. That's the only reason they named her that.
Isn't that most women in the James Bond franchise? They're only named to get fucked.
Names fucking Pussy Galore and Peter O'Toole. And I'm like, all right, yo, calm down.
But those movies are really good, right?
Some of them are.
Okay.
And then the other ones go to fucking space. So
that's the best one, though.
Fuck off.
What's that one called again?
Moonraker.
Yeah, that's one you just said.
Fuck is a moonraker?
You gotta rake the moon, man.
Fuck off.
Gotta rake something.
It was space Nazi. He was a space Nazi in that movie. James Bond flew into space to fight a space Nazi.
Yeah, wasn't their whole plan of like they were going to space to like build their own like
their own master race?
So why the fuck did he bother them? Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. They're gonna die eventually. Yeah, they're in space. Like, oh, we're gonna build our own thing. All right,
like deuces, nigga.
Yeah, stay your ass up there. What the fuck? We're gonna come back. All right, well, now we gotta have a conversation.
So why did they do that?
It made no sense.
When did Moonraker?
Yeah, you're thinking about it now. It made no sense. We're gonna start our own master race away from everyone else. Go. You know how much money I would pay for white bigots who are like, hey, we want to go to our own state and never talk to you guys again? Go. Pay for the... Get out of here. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go. It's fine. Just stay away from us.
Hugo Drax. That movie came out.
No, hold on. Let's see. 79?
I think so, because it is a direct answer to the fandom that Star Wars created.
Yeah, Star Wars was what, 77?
Yeah.
Wow. They were like, we got to get on this whole space thing.
Like, how about we send James Bond
in space? Like, we don't have the technology for that.
No.
So what?
And the thing is, they really didn't.
That sounds terrible.
I was so excited to be on that episode of the Men with the Golden Tongues. That movie doesn't make any sense.
I hate that movie, man.
We're gonna fucking go into space, man. Why?
That's what I fear for Fast and Furious.
Fear?
Yeah, I don't want Fast and the Furious to be Moonraker.
You don't want it to jump the shark? Is that your problem? I think we're good. I think we're totally fine.
They can jump it. I don't want it to orbit the moon while it's jumping.
Yo, they're gonna ride that shark right into space. Look, I don't know what you do to get them in space, but I can't wait to hear the explanation. I can't wait.
Yeah,
they got to meet up with Sword, right? Like, join the Avengers? I don't know.
I forgot the Bond girl's name in Moonraker. Would you like to know the Bond girl's name in Moonraker?
Before you tell us, is it a pun on space?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
It is a pun on something sexual.
I don't know.
Holly Goodhead.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. Yeah, because that's right. Because she's a doctor, right? Dr. Goodhead. They reference it a number of times.
Yo, what the fuck, dog?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Dr. Goodhead.
Yeah.
CIA agent Dr. Goodhead.
And these movies are good. Well, that one
is not good. In fairness, it is not good.
Yeah.
So as far as the good ones, what were the women's names?
Vesper Lind. That's a good one.
It's totally reasonable.
Dr. Goodhead. What the fuck?
What was the woman from Russia with Love?
The one from Russia with Love is Blowjob McGee.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's a problem. And that's a problem.
Yo, what kind of like shitty writing is that? Yeah, we're gonna name all of the women. Make sure we show them respect. We're just gonna name them stuff that we stick our dicks in. Like, is that cool? Yeah, all right, cool, guys. You nailed it.
Yo, Dr. Goodhead.
Yo, the 70s was wild.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck. They didn't care. Titty,
Chesty LaRue.
yeah, tits aplenty or like whatever. Like, come on, man.
Pussy galore, yo.
Pussy galore.
I mean,
you're not even trying, yo. You're not even trying.
Right. Come on.
I mean, at least Dr. Goodhead, that's possibly someone's last name. Like Suzy Sukadik is not a fucking. You can't do that. You can't use that name. It's ridiculous. Just saying, you can't.
Do you get away with that as a
trademark?
Do you get away with
Suzy
that?
I don't know. If I put an asterisk, I probably could.
I would
If
probably
you spell
do
it
that.
properly, yeah, you might.
Yeah, I would probably. I would
and
see if
say
you
it
could do
differently. I don't.
Oh, I could do a Y instead of an I.
I guess.
Yeah, you could spell it differently. You could spell it Sukadyck.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Suzy Sukadik. Suzy Sukadik.
Sukadik, yeah. Yeah, we're just talking about the actress Suzy Sukadik. That's
Oh shit!
it's not her name. It's not her name. Let me just write this down. I don't want to forget this.
No, you guess how you have to say it, but it's spelled Sukadik.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Suzy Sukadik.
Jesus Christ.
Sukadik. Sukadik.
that shit is hilarious.
Anyway, yeah. So, all right, Planet of the Apes is getting a continuation. That's good. The next title I think is important for me to read it as I wrote it. Borderlands movie to be ruined by Eli Roth as director.
Here's the thing about Borderlands. Even if the writers of Borderlands wrote the movie, it would not translate. Because that humor is not necessarily funny. It's just not. Handsome Jack was funny.
Handsome Jack. I mean, they
He was
really
one of the
shot
best-
their load with
Yeah.
that one, boy.
Right. He's like
Right,
one of the
'cause-
best villains ever in a fucking video game. But like the rest of it, no.
yeah.
Can you
I don't
make
think
a?
he's going
Can
to
you?
do it any worse than the actual game stories.
Penn and Teller are in the new game.
Why?
They're bosses that you fight.
Teller doesn't speak.
I know.
Wow, what a great speaking part, man.
They don't speak. He doesn't speak, and Penn does all the speaking.
Yeah.
Like in the level, he just berates you because you're going on some sort of weird game show or something like that. It's
course.
it's weird.
So I have a question. What is the last Eli Roth movie you saw that you enjoyed? Is it Hostel?
Hostile.
Cabin in the Woods. No, not Cabin in the Woods. Cabin Fever.
I'm trying to remember what the movie
Yeah, that game-
was
that
that
movie
Eli
was-
Roth did. Oh, he directed the fucking Bruce Willis movie, Death Wish. I will never watch an Eli Roth movie again. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't understand why people like this guy as a director. I think he is horrible. I think he's horrible. And I've never seen Hostel.
He was he's a horror movie director.
Yeah. That's not an excuse for being bad. Like, it's just not. Like, I feel like I enjoy him as the bear Jew in those minutes where he beat that Nazi to death with a baseball bat far more than I've enjoyed anything he's ever directed that I've seen.
Oh yeah, Cabin Fever was before Hostel.
Yes, it was.
Oh, then I saw Hostel.
I saw Thanksgiving.
I thought it was called Thanksgiving.
No, it was like a.
Oh, he
it was
did
like
the
a-
Green Inferno. That movie was
short.
bananas.
Wasn't that the one where they, like, killed people because they were, like, environmentalists or something?
Yeah, he enjoyed Cannibal Holocaust, so he kind of made his own. It's pretty gross. Have you ever seen Cannibal Holocaust?
Isn't that the movie that they pretended that people actually were killed?
Yeah,
But it
they
was
were
like
eating people.
Yeah, but it was not true.
Yeah. It was kind of gross.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no. And that game is about just billions of guns. Like that's gonna have to be the hook, right? In the trailer to see what type of weird guns they come up with.
Yeah, like it has a story where it's like
Vault Hunter.
there's an ancient vault with a big treasure in it, and they have, it's called a vault.
Sorry.
And then people are
this
just
turns
trying
me
to
completely
get it.
off, yo. I don't like this guy as a director, and this shit sounds like the dumbest fucking game. Like I tried to play Borderlands, and it's a fine shooter or whatever. I like the cell shaded, graphics and everything else. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I love the game.
It is not a game based, that relies on
it's like a
story.
pretty thin story.
Yeah, it's thin, but like they try to stretch it out, which is the biggest reason why that third one, while it's very good, like they had to patch in the ability to skip cutscenes because it's too much.
Damn.
It's too much, man. Too much.
Yeah, and Eli Roth, no. Don't even, it's not even him, the fact that it's him, it's just like,
It is
it's
for me.
Borderlands, man.
Yes and yes.
Like, Eli Roth and Randy Pitchford might as well be the
That's
same
the
fucking
only
person.
reason I don't want this to happen, because I don't want anything good to happen in Randy Pitchford's life. I don't like that guy.
Yeah,
He
he's a
is
fucking asshole.
He is creeping up to Michael Rappaport levels of hate from me, and I don't like him.
Who is this?
Randy Pitchford.
He's the
Is the game developer?
he's the
he's the but he's the,
CEO of Gearbox.
yeah, he's the face of the company that makes the game.
Oh, okay.
And he's an asshole.
I met the VP of Gearbox that one time.
He's
He seemed like a nice guy.
I feel like he's gonna want to have say.
I feel
what
like he's
happened?
going to want to have a prominent role in the movie.
No, I refuse.
I refuse.
No.
If you see him in the trailer, are you going to boycott the movie?
If I hear him in the trailer,
Didn't someone steal his thumb drive that had
and had a bunch of fucking porn on it.
he left it at
He had a
medieval time.
He had a thumb
yo. Wait, what?
He had a thumb
Left
drive.
it at a medieval time.
Yeah,
What
this
kind
sounds
of
ridiculous, but it's
this sounds like a movie that Eli Roth would direct. So this sounds like, get out of here.
I think it had work on it.
it worked.
It had work and porn on it, and he left it at a medieval times. And he's a magician.
He's a magician.
He's a magician, yo.
None of this is
He's a
being
magician.
Here's the thing. No, he isn't.
Right.
He's just
ain't a
an
good
asshole
magician,
with
right?
4 card tricks that
Right.
he bores all of his stupid friends with. They're like, yo, we get it.
Yo, they had a Borderlands before Borderlands 3 came out. They had a stream to promote it, right? And in the middle of the fucking stream, anybody wants to see is new footage of Borderlands. This motherfucker goes up and does a magic act. He does a magic act in the middle of this stream. That would be right before the debate last night. Fucking Chuck Todd goes up and starts doing card tricks.
Fuck you, Chuck Taylor.
What the? No, dude.
I don't know. I don't feel from it.
Magicians are weird. And I don't like Randy Pitchford, yo.
Yeah, that is very, very clear.
The lawsuit also alleged that Pitchford had left a USB containing sensitive Gearbox information and underage pornography at a medieval times in 2014.
Nigga, that doesn't make any sense.
They were 18. They were doing it for research. or some
Nah,
shit
if you got a teen in your age, yo, you a teenager. Get the fuck out of here.
That's my rule of thumb.
Nope. It's not okay. It's not okay. Hey, I'm into barely legal. Well,
I don't like that.
you're into child porn.
Yeah.
That's what you're into. If you're into barely legal and you're not 18, if you're 18 and you watch barely legal porn, you're basically like, gee, at that point it's MILF porn for you, right? She might be 19. Wow, she's so old. No, but if you're not 18, 19 years old and you're watching barely legal porn, you're a fucking creep.
Yeah.
I don't want barely legal. I want outside of the fucking nursing home.
I want to see
go
a
the other way.
C-section scar.
I don't want to look. Honestly, I don't like any porn where I see or I don't really find women who don't have lines in their face attractive. I need you to know.
Yeah,
you need an 8-hour a day job.
You need to be experienced, yo.
Yo, I was listening to the latest episode. Not the latest episode, but last week's episode of the Bodega Boys show. They said that she said Sarah J looked like Triple H.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
It was like, yo, what like Triple H?
It was fucked up, as you knew exactly who he was talking about, too.
That's fucked up. But here's the thing.
Fucking crying.
Here's the thing is, doesn't ruin anything for me. Always fine. Always fine.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's time to play the game. All right, let's go.
Yo, I was crying laughing. I'm like,
I haven't listened to them in a long time, actually. I'll have to
it's
back
still fucking funny.
Those dudes are hilarious.
Wow, that shit was funny as hell.
Sarah J looks like Triple H. That's fucked up.
How old is she?
Like, zip. However you get it. All right, make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/shirts. Look, get a shirt. There's always, we sell them on TeePublic. There's always sales going on. There was just a sale recently. There probably is one by the time you're listening to this going on right now. And a lot of times you get our shirts for like $13, which is like a pretty good deal. Oh, look at that. 35% off site-wide. Boom. There you go. So get 35% off of our shirts right now. thenerdpocalypse.com/merch. And you don't have to just get shirts. You can get like stickers like we have on our laptops, or mugs and coffee cups and all sorts of other things. There's a bunch of different options that you can get. So check that all out. And some of that money comes directly to us. So it's very helpful.
Anna Michaels is 36. Sorry, I looked up to see how old Sarah J was.
She's 36?
No, she's 40.
I was about to say, that's a hard ass 36.
She's like 42 or something like that.
That's fine.
I was looking like Gianna Michaels because they had just a whole bunch of different points. She's 36.
6 and 1/2 dozen in the other.
Do you say in the other or on the other?
A man is facing criminal charges after admitting to releasing...
That was very good. That was very good.
A man is facing criminal charges after admitting to releasing...
Big fan of Gianna Michaels.
I am too.
I mean, who isn't? Yeah. A Utah man is... well, I just gave it away. Andy is facing criminal charges after admitting to releasing rodents in at least 3 different hotels in order to then complain about the pesky critters and get compensated with a free room. He doesn't have a permanent residency in Utah, right? He's just kind of there for a minute and getting hotels and then coming back, right?
Yeah, just polluting the state.
Andy.
According to police, Andy,
what's your problem, man?
37, would check into hotels and sneak rodents like mice and hamsters as well.
That checks out, right? How old is Andy? He's about 37, right? 35, 36?
Mm-hmm. Again, a constant failure of schoolwork and business. We discussed this.
Once in the room, he would release the rodents and call the staff to complain about the terrible hygiene.
Yo, this is some Andy. You really ain't shit.
He would point out the droppings and, in some cases, the rodents themselves, and ask to be exempt from paying for the accommodation. He obviously got away with this tactic a few times, as he is accused of scamming at least 3 hotels. Although authorities believe he has scammed several more hotels in the area. Just going to skip past those rodents. It's not clear exactly how Andy was finally caught, but he has reportedly confessed to releasing the rodents inside multiple hotels as a way of scamming them and offering him room for free. He faces 5 charges, 3 counts of criminal mischief and 2 counts of theft by deception. Dun, 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 dun.
That's ridiculous. I gotta beat you up, yeah.
That's gross, yo.
Yeah, Andy's a real problem.
Agreed.
Don't do that to my if that was my hotel and you confessed to them, can I punch him in the face once?
Yeah, that's my livelihood, man.
Right, you asshole.
Yeah. Andy, knock it off.
Let's
fucking up, Andy.
Bullshit this nigga. Doctors beg men not to masturbate with banana peels.
Florida.
Doctors have warned horny young men to refrain from using banana peels.
White guys do this.
Congo.
Racist?
Because banana.
That's racist. That's racist as fuck.
See, I give it to everybody.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow. The latest bizarre sex
It's
trend
like, what
circulating on
was that movie
social
called?
media.
Go? It's like, Amy, love you. Like, that's a terrible movie, by the way.
Not good.
Dumb animatronic apes. Fucking worst.
Jesus Christ. It's the closest thing to a blowjob, wrote one Randy Redder.
No, it
Who claims he's been doing it for years.
Utah.
However,
Okay, hold on. You've been doing it for years. Yo, this dude has been buying bananas, like eating all these bananas. I assume he's eating
He's probably
them.
not even eating them at this point.
Like, at least get your potassium in line. Like, why are you doing this? This is crazy. Don't be so wasteful.
However, Dr. Diane Gill of Prescription Service Doctor for You cautions against the perverse practice. You could develop a rash and sores on the penis, which can be painful and might lead to infection.
That doesn't seem
Gill
worth it to me.
told The Sun. Not only that, but she claims a person with a fruit or latex allergy could be more susceptible to a reaction from a banana skin. A person with a banana allergy is more likely to be allergic to other substances such as latex or... That's weird.
Yeah,
You have a
bananas.
banana allergy, you could be more susceptible to having a latex allergy? And fruits and vegetables. So if you're allergic to latex condoms, you may also be allergic to banana skins.
That is a fucked up thing to be allergic to.
What, latex?
Yeah.
Got latex allergy. Better get some
you guys watching Curb Your
Lambskin
Enthusiasm?
condoms.
You watching Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No, I'm not.
So one of the earlier episodes, I'm not caught up, but one of the earlier episodes,
This is from the new season?
yeah, Larry is kind of had a one night stand with his ex-wife.
Oh, is she showing back up?
Yeah, and she is allergic to his semen. And she gave him a blowjob and had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
That would be really unfortunate.
It'd be very unfortunate. No, she's not allergic to semen. She's allergic to talcum powder or something like that because they were getting ready to get it on, right? And he didn't want to wash up. And he had just went for a run. So instead of washing up, he just threw some powder on it.
Yo, who is he, Deacon? What? Yo, who still uses powder? Yo, that's wild, yo.
And she was allergic to the powder. And then, bam, she got fucking puffy mouth from giving an old man a blowjob.
Yeah, how old is he? In his 70s?
Something like that, yeah.
That's kind of gross. Gil's not the only
Just
naysayer.
sucking on a wet noodle?
One Reddit user recounted a harrowing cautionary tale where he used a banana skin to masturbate and allegedly ended up falling in the mess he made. He hit his head on the toilet.
Wait, repeat that. Repeat that, please.
I'm sorry.
Repeat that, please.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yo,
Okay.
Yo, I can't.
that doesn't make any sense.
Wait a minute.
Not a comedy.
He literally slipped on a banana peel.
He said he used the banana skin to masturbate and allegedly ended up falling in the mess I made. Hit my head on the toilet and barely lived to tell the tale.
Barely lived. Wow.
Shut up.
That doesn't make any sense.
So stupid.
That doesn't make any sense.
He dropped it on the floor, slipped, busted his head on the toilet.
Yo, shut up.
That's pretty funny, but it probably didn't happen. However, supporters of the organic orgasm inducer feel it's too good to pass up. Subscribers.
Is it?
This whole fucking article is just, Jesus Christ.
Have you guys ever done anything besides just a hand? Or
I mean, when I was younger, you know.
You about to say some wild.
You know what? Oversharing. Oversharing.
I think we talked about
Yeah,
this.
we did.
We talked about this.
I don't even know what the fuck you were about to say.
You hear stories of white guys especially I had a jizz sock. I'm like, no,
because socks disappear too quickly. Like you know how hard it took me to find 2 matching pairs of socks, knowing that I got to take my shoes off when I come here. Like I saved those motherfuckers for Thursdays.
Like, do these have holes in them?
Right, I got to make sure they match and don't have holes in them. I'm like, well, here's a good pair. This is the Thursday pair. So I ain't wasting a sock on some fucking jizz.
Like, yo, socks cost money, yo.
Right.
You can wash your socks.
Yeah, I'm not putting on socks I jizzed into. Yo. That is beyond the pale. You have walking socks and you have jizzing socks. That the two should not meet. Like that's a towel. I guess I've done that.
Imagine a towel is way too abrasive.
No, not if you're just like
I've never used a sock to do it. That feels like it wouldn't feel comfortable.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what they do, yo.
I'm black. I don't know.
I think that's what they do. They're not laying the sock out and then fucking. Nah, yo, they're putting it on like a. Nah.
Whatever they.
It's like a furry condom, yo.
I don't know.
I'm confused.
I don't know. We need a white consultant. I honestly don't know.
I thought when they said they used a sock when they was about to bust, they used a sock to wipe themselves off.
Nah. I really don't think so, yo. I really don't think so.
Use a sock for the entire process.
I think they use a sock for the process.
I don't know.
There's no way, yo.
I think it's at the end.
Look, if you are brave, let us know what you've done with a sock. You won't get that much judgment from me.
The funny thing is, like, that is legitimately like down racial lines. Like, I've never heard a black dude be like, yeah, no, I jizzed in socks when I was a kid.
No.
Nah, yo.
Or banana peels, apparently.
Like I know Bobos were only $1.99, but come on,
right?
Yo.
Like, are they doing like for like the occasional white guy who like had like a black great granddad? Like, does he use a Bobo sock, or are they all using the anklet sock? Like
right?
Like, that's just I don't know. It's another question.
So I'm not done yet.
Jesus.
However, supporters of the organic orgasm inducers feel it's too good to pass up. Subscribers to Jackin' World, the self-proclaimed ultimate male masturbation research.
I think we're done, yo. I think we're done.
What is a more ridiculous name for this is a website? Jackin' World.
Jackin' World.
Okay, what's more ridiculous? Jackin' World, Gayosphere. Which one is it more?
Wow. You know what? Jackin' World.
I think Jackin' World is worse.
Yeah.
Because that other Gayosphere was just like, this is where you go to restaurants.
Yeah, like that's a tool for like, hey, that's Gayosphere is the green book for gay people, right?
The green book. It is.
Jackin' World is just a place where a bunch of creeps go.
The Banana Man gets a 4.5 out of 5 stars as far as masturbation techniques. Yeah.
Jacking or
Jackin' World. Jackin' World.
Jackin' World. Oh, really? Wow.
Wow, this is a full-ass website.
Wow.
Wow, holy shit. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, shit.
Wow, latest question of the week. And, well, if they had a question of the week, it's way different than ours. All right.
Ew.
Okay. You got it.
All right, you know what? I'm getting off of this site. That looks...
No, this has. I got to look at questions answered at some point. This is going to be hilarious. All right, my question or my story of the week. When you give your answer, I need you to be specific. Okay, because you're already going to have an idea, but I just need you to be specific. Priest.
Africa. Priest. It's probably a priest doing something weird.
That's not true. It's completely reasonable. Can't even read the title. Priest feeds congregation rat poison to prove they are above death. They all die.
All right, what part of Africa is this from? What part of the middle of Africa is this from?
Let me read a little bit more of this story. Priest Light Monyeki took it upon himself to prove his followers were superhuman and immortal with a seriously dangerous stunt. The priest declared to his congregation they should not fear death as they will not die before proceeding to pour bottles of water contaminated with rat poison into their mouths, which you can actually see a picture of him doing. He said, quote, "We do not need to proclaim faith because we are believers. Death has no power over us." Disastrously, yet predictably, the members of his church started to complain of stomach pains, and by the evening, 5 of them had tragically died.
Nigeria.
A further 13 more were taken to a hospital for the ingestion of the lethal drink, but despite all of this, Monyeki allegedly denied responsibility. Instead, he announced, listen to the balls in this motherfucker. Instead, he announced, quote, "Too much of any good thing could be bad."
Wow.
Is the good thing the rat poison?
Right. Yo.
All right. Nigeria?
I was going to say Nigeria. I'm going to say Ghana.
Sorry, guys. You're both wrong. South Africa.
South Africa.
South Africa. Huh. Is a white priest.
Seriously?
Is it? No. Fuck.
Oh, I was about to say, whoa.
No, knock it off. We are alone. We're in our own league on this one. Yeah, so 5 people died. Yo.
God.
Why do they have to drink motor oil and rat poison? Like, Americans are just like, just a little bit of wine. And if you got problems with drinking, grape juice, like,
right.
This is the most we're doing.
Grape juice and a stale cracker.
Yeah. This dude brought Ratex pellets and legitimately fed it to people. The funny thing is, people will try this again with the same guy. I guarantee you. Ugh. Religion is a powerful thing, and that is terrifying.
Yo, this is crazy.
I still have tears in my eyes after that conversation. Wow. Amazing. Trailers. I added 2 trailers onto this. There's a trailer for Westworld Season 3, which seems to deal with Future World. That looks very cool. I feel like I need to go back and watch this show. I only watched a couple episodes of the first season.
The first season got good. The second season kind of slogged for me, so I abandoned it.
I feel like maybe you might want to jump back in. This looks really interesting.
Yeah, well, I do like future shit.
Yeah. I like that they're not just keeping it in the West world only.
Yeah.
Which, it's kind of like maybe you shouldn't have called it Westworld, but, whatever. But this one's, there's like swords and robots and...
I do like swords and robots.
Yeah, you would. So that all looks pretty good. So I may get back into this. I feel like it's a show I would enjoy, but at the same time, I don't know, I just fell off. They've got what could only be described as copies of my future vehicle, the Cybertruck, in this. They look a lot like the Tesla Cybertruck, which is kind of cool. But this looks fun. Bitch from Breaking Bad's in it.
Jesse Pinkman?
Yes. There you go.
What's his real name?
I always forget. It's Jesse Pinkman. So I don't know if he's a human being or if he's an android or whatever. But I think he's a human being. Tessa Thompson is in the 3rd season. I don't know if she was in
the previous seasons.
Oh, okay. So
she played like an executive or something.
All right. Well, she's back in this as well, and Thandie Newton is back as well. And that white woman from the first season, but I'm not sure what her name is. She's a robot. Yeah. Okay. It kind of makes me want to get back into it. People say it's really good. Like I always felt like that show
was too smart for you.
Yeah, I felt dumb.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I feel like people who watch that show are very pretentious about it.
Yeah, that feels right. So I feel like that I would probably like it.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah, if I could stand above people, is really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a show that really exemplifies my disdain for others. That's basically what I'm saying. Next up, the 2nd season for Drive to Survive that starts on the 28th of this month, which is the Formula One Netflix show that I was raving about the first season. It's back. This season looks doubly good. It's shot incredibly well, as the first season was. The big difference between this season and the first season is they didn't have all of the teams participating in the behind the scenes footage. After they realized how powerful it was and how it was like helping people get into the sport and everything, and they saw how good the show was, all the teams were like, all right, cool, we'll give you behind the scenes.
So is this like Hard Knocks for open wheel racing?
What do you mean?
Oh, you don't. I don't know why I asked. Never mind.
Hard Knocks was a television show on HBO that went to the preseason for NFL teams.
Oh, okay. No, I do know that. I've never watched it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I guess so.
The premise, is that what this is?
Yeah, but it's like during the season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So it's like they go through just about every race. You see just about every race of the season. But I'm interested in this because now the dude who's in first place, I forget his name, his team is participating in the behind the scenes stuff as well. And that dude's black. And so I'm rooting for him. And he's been
the right approach.
What's that?
Rooting for everybody black.
Yeah, I am. He drives for I think it's Petronas, which is Mercedes, I think. Yeah, that dude is just like fucking crushing it. Lewis Hamilton. And that dude's like super black. So good. That's what I'm rooting for. Shit looks good. I highly recommend it. You don't have to watch the first season. You could just jump in. Then last but certainly not least, the trailer for Cutthroat City. This is a heist movie taking place sort of in the middle or during the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina in 2005, starring Shamik Moore, a whole lot of problematic folks.
Demetrius Shipp, Cat Graham, Wesley Snipes, Terrence Howard, Isa Gonzalez, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Denzel Whitaker. Who the fuck is that?
Who that was Denzel Whitaker. What kind of fanboy actor used that as a stage name?
Yeah. That dude's mom was like, yo, I love Denzel. That's going to be your name. That would be crazy if somebody took like a popular musician or actor that they loved and named their child that.
That'd be wild.
That would be awesome depending on the name. Like if the name had like synergy on multiple levels,
yeah,
it would be amazing.
A more synergistic relationship.
Yeah, like if it had like if the initials of his name were like the initials of something awesome,
yeah,
that would be great. I would love it. Yeah. It would be the perfect name.
It wouldn't be emasculating at all to know that every time that person had that name, that it was named after someone who you're forced to go see a concert for the 17th time.
Well, I like to think that the father named the child that because they know that when the child grows up, it's going to be shortened, and then his name will be the name of a video game.
Starring Mark Wahlberg.
That's neither here nor there. The game doesn't star Mark Wahlberg.
Here, son, sit down. Watch this movie about your life. Like, this is a terrible movie.
Which, by the way, like, Max Payne is not a character that I would want him to grow up to be.
Yeah. What the fuck? That guy's life is horrifying. Jesus Christ. This kid's like his wife and kids getting murdered. Then he went on a horrendous, like, vigilante murdering spree.
Yeah, that's
yeah, how about like...
But he developed superhuman reflexes and can bullet time.
Yeah. I did love that first game, though.
The first game was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was unique. Yeah, so what we're saying is Micah's son's name is Tip, which is weird. Just strange. I don't think this looks that bad. I actually think this looks pretty good.
You know who the director is, don't you?
I don't. F. Gary Gray?
No.
Wait, who is the director?
Is it another journeyman black director?
It's a black director.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Who is it?
Oh, Jesus.
It is Bobby Digital himself, the RZA.
Wow.
I thought he was just doing the music. He's directing
directing it, yeah. He's directing it.
It didn't look.
It don't look bad.
Trailer did not look bad. I didn't think it looked bad.
It doesn't look bad, man.
I mean, it's a hood movie, whatever, but I didn't think it looked bad.
It doesn't look bad. It looks good. I would watch it.
Yo, what if this is good? What if Bobby Digital
Diddle.
It turns out he's been hanging out with movie directors long enough that he actually picks shit up and he's actually good.
He did with the Iron Fist, right?
Yeah,
all right. Well, let's not use that as an example.
Wasn't necessarily shot poorly.
Okay, that's fair. That movie is bad. But you're right. It was shot competently. It was.
Right. Better than anything fucking Tyler Perry has done.
That's not...
Shot-wise.
You're not incorrect.
He's a better director than Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Look at this trailer.
Yeah, look.
Automatically.
I can't disagree with that. I can't. I want to disagree because I feel it's disrespectful, but at the same time...
Does it feel disrespectful?
Not really.
Say no. Look at the lighting. Look at the lighting.
Well, you gotta remember that this dude is like a huge, like he's into this stuff.
Yeah, he's a super movie guy,
and he's friends with Tarantino. Like if you're gonna direct something, I would want to be friends with Tarantino before I would want to be friends with Tyler Perry.
Oh yeah. I mean, but the funny thing is, I just don't think this looks bad. Like, I actually think this is pretty impressive.
It really does. Look, we give Bobby Diddle a lot of. We have fun at his expense, but
did he direct any episodes of the
Wu-Tang
story? Yeah, because that show was shot really well.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I don't think so. Actually, hold on.
He has an IMDb.
What was that show called?
American. Damn, what the fuck was Wu-Tang: An American Dream? American Story or something like that?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Cutthroat City, Love Beats Rhymes. He directed an episode of Iron Fist. The one episode that everybody the episode that felt like a video game. We had to fight all those different like characters. You remember
the first season?
In the first season of Iron Fist.
Was that after episode 6?
I think it was like episode 5.
I don't remember.
It was the one episode that everybody really liked, and then it got like off track again.
Oh, nope, don't remember.
But yeah, I like that episode.
No, he didn't direct any of them.
No, he didn't direct that.
Malcolm D. Lee directed one. Box in Hand.
Okay.
I mean, this looks pretty. It looks solid.
It does. It looks good. I would see it.
It looks good.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that, especially knowing that he directed. I'm happy to see it actually looks pretty competent.
Yeah,
so, yeah. I will absolutely give it a chance. Any parting words on anything else?
Nah,
no. Like, yeah, I just gotta let us know if y'all use a sock.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I think that just seems.
But not that you just use a sock.
Not as like a landing pad, you know,
a receptacle of sorts.
Yeah, like
through the entire process.
Yeah,
it just feels a little weird to me.
I gotta imagine they do, yo. Imagine they do.
How? Like you're grabbing the outside of the sock, making the lock?
You have to.
Yeah.
Nah, yo, I don't believe that 50%.
All right, hold on.
You checking Jack and Merle for answers? No, you know what? We'll wait for an answer. Cam will definitely respond.
Good Lord.
That's horrifying. Don't do that. Just order a fleshlight.
Why? Look, masturbation with a sock. Why/how do guys masturbate with a sock? Ask men Reddit.
Oh, boy.
They do it.
Nah, yo, I don't believe that.
They do it. Second link on Quora, Quora, how to use a sock during masturbation. I've used a sock many times. Like, come on, yo. Like, of course they do. Because men
are
like,
animals.
We're animals.
We're animals.
We will, look, dudes will stick their dicks in anything with that willing.
Or not for some people.
Or not for creeps. Yeah. So, yes, Cam, let everyone know. If you're brave enough, let everyone know the logistics
of using a sock. This is the wildest thing, yo.
Using a sock.
Use your hand, yo. Just use your hand. Use your hand and wash up after. It's not that hard. Or just walk around with your sticky hands. Hey, buddy.
No, I'll punch him in the
What
throat.
was it? Somebody was like, "Yo, remember back at the gym?
Yeah.
Yo, we used to bust a nut and throw it on other people." I was like,
Yo,
I was like, "Yo, that is not the high school I went to, yo." Again, like you sock jerkers,
He was
yo.
like,
Like,
yeah, we was wilding. I was like, nigga, yeah.
you were wild.
Yeah, like Call of the Wild. Like you a monkey, yo.
No, but you get that is getting your teeth knocked out of your fucking mouth.
Oh, my
101. Get out of here. Absolutely not. So I think that's it for our movie podcast. Movie news podcast. But that's why you're here.
Right.
Come on. None of this ever gets monetized. It's always suggested limited audiences. It's fine. It's fine. All right, guys. That's it for us. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye.
You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.